And we're live! Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Welcome to this episode of the Note Closer Show. As always, I'm Scott Carson, here, the Note Guy, to help you get rocking and rolling. Just absolutely, hopefully you're having a great day. It is Monday, and it's the third Monday of the month, so we start our series on Marketing Mondays with the one, the only, the myth, the woman, the legend, Miss Kristie Whites with Serving Social. And yes, her t-shirt says it all.
It does.
Marketing badass. Exactly. And we've already got people out there saying hi. What's up? Good morning, Ryan Harper. We'll see you later this afternoon. He goes, man, pick me.
Open.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, Casey Lang from Greeley, Colorado out there. We got other people join us as well there. So Yay. Good to see you guys. Well, good morning.
Good morning. Monday, fun day.
Monday, fun day. Exactly. We got your significant other, sometimes the better half, right?
My partner in crime.
Partner in crime is a good one. Elijah joined us as well on the video camera there as well. But one of the great things that we love doing is because this is one thing that when we met originally back, now going on 4 years? 5 years ago in San Diego at Secret Knock.
Yes.
We had to talk about marketing just right off the bat. And you're like, oh, I'm from Austin. I'm like, I'm from Austin too.
You were the gentleman in a whole big crowded room full of people. I, of course, take every single free book that they're
that was right. I forgot the book signing
I
thing.
am holding this giant box of books, and we're waiting in line for...
Actually, you were holding a pile of books. I got you the box.
You got me the box. He got out of line from behind and got me a box, put them all in there, and then held them all the way through. And I'm like, okay, I gotta know this guy because this is awesome. And then,
well, we'd met there, talked before, and I saw you struggling. I said they're like trying to do a million things, and I was like, look, I knew Greg pretty well. I was pretty much behind the scenes. I could step in and out of lines there. I wasn't sponsoring that event. Actually, I was sponsoring that event.
You were speaking, yes.
I spoke and sponsored that event, so I could come and go as I want. So yeah, I was like, let me just get you a box. Here, I'll just get behind you.
But nobody else did that, though. You were the nice person in the room that
was just... I'm that asshole.
And I wasn't going to sit here and ask somebody to go get something for me. I'm going to hold all the damn books.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, that was I forgot about that.
Yeah, that was fun. Been best friends ever since.
Been very good friends. Yes, that's right. We're the bestest of bestest.
You're my besties.
Exactly.
Sorry to my besties that are watching.
Well, we got Elijah, but that's the thing. The four of us all go out. We have a good time. We have a good time. But the thing is, too, is we love what's great in this business, and you're an entrepreneur. Most of the time, you can pick who you want to work with. You know, you try to avoid the PITAs, the pain in the asses.
Yes.
Okay? And we all have a few pain in the asses that come from, but when you're working with somebody who understands what you're doing, gets the whole idea behind it, and you hang out with them and have an adult beverage or two, and mind meld and work on certain things, 3 or 4, depends on the amount of sake bombs we're having.
The evening.
Exactly. So, but you've spoken a couple times on Note Camp. You've been to the Mastermind a couple times as well too in Orlando or here.
Yes.
Obviously, a good thing. And so that's what we decided. It was just time to have you on a regular basis here.
Yeah, keep asking me to come back. Might as well just make it official.
Exactly. Good morning, Brady Durr out there. Ready to learn. That's good stuff.
# Marketing Monday.
That's right. Bud Salmon, good morning to you, Bud. Good morning, Laura. So we got people all across the United States joining us this morning, which is great stuff. So you've already walked in this morning, though, and delivered a bomb to me.
Oh, yeah.
To be able to use this morning. So why don't we talk a little bit about that? Or actually, let's little anticipation.
Oh, we want to build it.
We want to build up the anticipation. So why don't you,
guys, you got to wait now.
So why don't you, for those that don't know who Serving Social is, not servicing social, it's Serving Social. As Laura says, teach me, # teach me this morning. What is Serving Social?
So Serving Social is my child, literally. Yeah, it makes me cry. It takes all my money. It keeps me up late at night, but it's completely worth it in the end. And because of it, you get to meet some interesting people. So what is that? Uh-oh. Don't
worry about it.
Okay.
As long as it doesn't make you go.
I can't say that it hasn't done that, but it's all been, it's all about the journey, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not about the destination. Like we're growing something big. So Serving Social is full service marketing, and we specialize in social media. We're a husband and wife team. We're nomadic. So we actually got rid of our office space and everything we own and bought an RV. And part of what we do is helping our clients, whoever they may be, small to medium-sized businesses to just independent people, realtors, doesn't matter. We talk to everybody about marketing and how to make it simple, because it's so complicated and there's so much information everywhere, and it shouldn't be something that you scream about every single day. It should be something that kind of comes naturally to you. Mm-hmm. And it will. It's just looking at it from a different perspective. We help you figure that out.
You do a great job. You work with business of all size. Mm-hmm. Elijah is a amazing photographer and videographer. He's one of the few people that have how many views, how many downloads on your millions views, like 5 million views on photos on Google Street View, right? Everything like that.
10 million.
Oh, my apology. Let's get the credentials right. 10 million, not 5 million.
I told him to not be as humble, so here we go.
He wanted to say this. Hang on here. I got something. He wanted to, just like that.
Go fuck yourself.
This is an explicit episode, everybody. But anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Definitely. Don't drop an F-bomb or two. But anyway. So you're out helping everything. You guys literally sold your house, cashed out, bought an RV, traveling around the country for a few months. You're back in Austin for a little while, working some projects and things like that.
Yes. It was funny. It's kind of like you leave somewhere and then they want you back more. So we ended up coming back and staying in Austin for the last 9 months or so. We did a few month tours where we go out and travel to a few different places, worked with a few different cities. We'll be launching all of that footage as a Facebook watch show that everybody can watch called Entrepreneurs Roadshow.
Nice.
So it's about basically stepping into a business and helping them figure out who they are and putting it out there to their community. So it's a different way of looking at marketing. It's a simplified way of looking at marketing, but it's also very personal. Mm-hmm. So we're sitting down with these business owners and we're trying to figure out, what are they offering to people and what is their why? And some of them have grasped parts of it and some of them just need a little boost. And so we're hoping to educate and teach while we help and travel.
And have fun.
Oh, yeah. Just the American dream. That's all.
That's right. From taking food selfies to marketing selfies to what's the big selfie going around? Oh, it's back to school, right?
Back to school, yeah.
Everybody taking pictures of their ugly kids. I'm just joking. Am I really?
Your kids are great.
Oh, neither one of us have kids.
That's right. No offense if we have kids out there. We're just joking right now. It's nice to see that Sally's got straight eyes and her lazy eyes not all for the right inside in here. But that's funny though, because there's special things that go on like back to school or end of school graduation or holidays. A lot of people like to share those things, but then when it comes to their business life, there are other things they just don't do it, right?
Yeah, it's like it depends on the network too, but I think we're more inclined to share milestones that we've reached in our own life because we can speak for them. I think it's harder to do that for your business because, especially if you're trying to figure out who your business still is and your brand and how to speak for it, it can be complicated. I get that too. I have the same problem, but I think it's just about realizing that your business is you. And it's the same thing.
It's the same thing. Yes, you're very good at helping others with marketing because you forget to market yourself because you're so ingrained in who you're working with.
Yep.
And that's a hard thing, but that's what's great about what Elijah's been doing. I've seen this more and more of him posting little stories or little photos or doing some Instagram live stuff, which is great.
Oh, I've noticed too, like we did I don't know if we told you about this, but we did an assessment on ourselves a few months ago so that we could really kind of understand our different personalities and roles, not only as husband and wife, but as business partners. Because we're, sometimes it's like boom, and other times it's like we're just flowing. And it's like, why are we in those places sometimes and not other times? Like, what is it? And so we figured out, he's very much the extrovert and I'm very much the introvert.
Really?
Yeah.
Opposite.
Yeah. Well, the way that when we had it actually read back to us and then they explained everything that was happening, she was just like, well, you're that type of person that can be what you need to be, but it exhausts you. Like, you can stand up and speak, but when you're done, you're done. Mm-hmm. And I was like, yeah, I get that. That's me. And Elijah's the social butterfly. And I found that also affects how we post online and how we present ourselves. And so knowing more about myself on that, I am more conscious when I'm posting about, maybe I need to post more. But maybe it doesn't necessarily have to be about a random meme. Maybe it could be a story. And so I actually shared one yesterday, which was the car I loved so much. 1994 Firebird convertible, the Fire Chicken. And we call it that because it broke down like every other month, but I wouldn't get rid of it because it was the best thing ever to have a Firebird convertible. But yeah, sorry, I digress.
It's all right. So basically you're saying to thy own self, be true.
Yes. And it's hard sometimes when you're not used to putting yourself out there, even in public. And so now it's some people, it comes naturally like, oh, I'm not in public. I can talk all day long. But, for me, it's like I'm talking all day long. And then I have to go online and say something too. It sometimes becomes the afterthought. And so I'm just having to make it my conscious task every day to go check out on my own stuff. So I don't forget. Mm-hmm. Treating myself like a client, I guess you could say.
Well, that's a good thing because you're very busy with the things you're doing, the bigger projects, and you've got some stuff we'll talk about in a minute here. Yay. You guys are working on. But I think a lot of people are doing, especially if they have another job. They're used to being in that 40-hour work week or that 8 hours a day. They get home. Sometimes the last thing they want to do is go and do the 7 to 2. Yeah. Work through things. Or let's share some marketing or come up with something. And that's why I think tools are so important. If you can find that time that you're creative, whether it's on the weekend or late at night, and use a tool like Buffer or Hootsuite, or you're a big fan of Sprout now. Sprout Social. And that helps you plan out your week while you're creative or charged, right?
It's just about getting ahead as much as you can. So if you can't do a whole month's worth of stuff, do a week. If you can't do a week, do a couple days. It's just working yourself into building up a backlog. So we've worked ourselves into building up about a year's worth of content that we're going to be launching because it's just got to get shit out there.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's the thing, too. We did with us all doing National Social Media Day.
Yes.
We had a very big push with content that day. My gosh, 26 and a half hours of freaking video.
Yeah.
23 speakers, 24. No, it was 30.
No, it was
30 plus, was it? Because we had some half hour.
Plus. We ended up getting, I think we had 42 speakers total.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 42 speakers. And then we had one person that kind of repeated. But no, that was a lot of content. Each one had an individual video. They all spoke for about 30 minutes. Some people spoke for an hour. It was a lot of content. Yeah,
we hit over 6 figures in views on the page and videos, which is what we're looking for.
What, 14 different countries?
14 different countries. And then we've got these videos that we're still working through editing, a little couple editing errors, or not very editing errors, more upload errors, stuff like that.
That's the thing. It's always that post-production. Sometimes it's never actually creating the content that holds you back. It's the post-production after the fact. And that's where we've identified in certain areas. It's like video, of course. Like, how can we make video easier for us? How can we create beautiful displays on social media and not have to create all of the graphics right up front to make sure everything matches and looks good? It's about figuring all of that stuff out and seeing how you can make it more efficient. And post-production is the one thing, the afterward and then the push out that you can fall short on pretty quickly. That's why we use tools like Sprout and use Canva and use these things, but we also use them and teach on them so that it's not something that you can't do for yourself.
Right. It's just a matter of we get so used to being entrepreneurs are great about getting the stuff out. It's not always fun to go back and edit it, tweak it, because that's not fresh.
But yeah, it's also how can you create evergreen content too? So the content that you can push out later. So like for you, Scott, you have a lot of content. You've pushed out tons. It's how can you recycle it? How do you know how to pull from that and push it back out again? And that's what we're trying to help some clients figure out right now is, hey, I have years worth of content. I need to know how to push this back out again. Like, it's not that it's not relevant. It's just you make it and then you push it out there and then you kind of forget about it.
Well, it's the whole concept of the marketing octagon.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah, the octagon.
Do you like the octagon? We've got one piece of content that you use on something else. So let's use this, for example. We're here.
Okay.
We're using a Be Live. We're doing a Facebook Live. Mm-hmm. Great video to stay on Facebook for a while. We'll have a couple hundred views. We'll then download that video. Yep. Upload it. I'll upload it to Vimeo and to YouTube, which would be great there. I'll upload it to the podcast with Tom and Tracy Hazard. You know those.
Yes, I do.
Great cats.
They were social media days.
That's right. They were. Tom will be on tomorrow to celebrate our 1-year anniversary.
I saw that. Yay.
But we'll take it and then throw it on there, and they'll take it, and then they'll transcribe it. They'll go to my website and they'll upload it as a blog, full transcription.
It's just so awesome.
It is awesome, right? Then they'll throw it on iTunes and Stitcher if they clean up the audio, get rid of the ums, the ahs, probably an F-bomb or two here. And leave them. But then what they'll do is also take and create some infographics, some pictures for it as well. And then they'll send those to me. And then Shannon will take those infographics, throw them onto Instagram or Facebook with backlinks. She'll then take the image and like the short, like 1 paragraph, 2 paragraph things, and she'll upload those to LinkedIn as a update on LinkedIn.
So you got your full system.
Full system there. And of course, what's also great is Tom and Tracy and their team will actually email out the guests, say, hey, here's the infographics that you can use. Here's 2 or 3 quotes.
Oh, yeah, I've gotten those.
You've gotten those because you've been a regular guest on here. Exactly. So
wait, I hope everybody is paying attention because he literally just gave you a template to do all of this. And he spit it out there fast, but everything he does every single week, it's a template. But rinse and repeat. Right.
So I spoke in Ohio. I spoke in Mason, Ohio, weekend before last, and they had me speak about marketing. Mm-hmm. So I tried to go through the marketing octagon, and it was like people were at the very end, like.
You have that glazed over look.
Well, that glazed over, like, oh my god, I didn't even get through half my presentation. I only had an hour, and people were asking questions, so I got through half of it. But people are like, oh my gosh, that makes sense. It makes sense. It makes sense. Some people are like, I don't know, what's an Instagram post? You know, I'm like,
Well, they just got to go back a little bit further.
That's right. But the thing is, too, and we were talking about this earlier, simple things sometimes seem like everybody should know that. But a lot of times it's the simple steps that are the missing link between success. You see that a lot with the entrepreneurs you're working with?
I do. It's they have one element because, it's one of those, my friend did it, so I thought I could do it too. And so they start it without pre-thinking, and then they start, but they do that a lot. Yes, Shannon, it's complicated, I know. But they end up doing it a lot. So they create all of these different accounts, and they create all of these different content concepts, but none of them have any real strategy plan or template. It's just all kind of gotten thrown out there. And you got to pull it all back, and you have to try to figure out, like, hey, what's the squirrel moment and what's the real moment, the value moment that you're trying to give to someone, and put that out there. And sometimes that can be hard because we have some entrepreneurs that they've accepted what their product is and this is what they sell, but not their why. So talking about it becomes a sales pitch every time versus a conversation about who they are and what they do and why they're doing this. So
that I agree about it. So basically, it's better to tell the story.
Yeah, everybody wants a good story. Everybody wants to tell a story. It's the reason why we go to the movies. It's the reason why we watch the news. They all tell us stories in different ways. So why wouldn't we tell the story about our life when we post personally? The kids' photos, go back to school. Like, we're documenting our children's lives through social media. So it's, why wouldn't we do that with our business as well? But it has to have an emotional connection too with people. Like, Tom's shoes. It's iconic, but they're a really great example, and I'm going to use this. It's iconic because they put the message out there that they're iconic.
So the thing, if you don't know who Tom's shoes are, they're the company that for every pair that they sell, they donate a pair to a charity or to a cause.
Yes, it's I believe they've expanded into different countries, but it's just basically making sure that children that do not have shoes have shoes.
Yeah.
And that's an interesting concept because when you have a good product that people like and it has a mission or cause back behind it, the more likely they are to relate to it and want to be a part of it. Because then they know that by buying that shoe, they have just given something back to someone else. So I bought this shoe, I did something good. It helps people, but it's also a self-gratification thing too. So when you can make somebody feel good about themselves while they're buying your product, even better. Or service, doesn't matter what it is.
Or investing. I'll give you an example. We see a lot of people that are looking at no deals in case studies. And they just throw the numbers up there. And I tell people, tell the story. So tell the story about the deal. Yeah. You know, like we had somebody set up a deal today. Gary, Indiana, borrowers made 11 of 12 payments. They're probably pretty likely to stay in the house, right? And it'd be a pretty decent return on investment. But the thing is, it's a picture in the snow of the house.
Oh, you can't see it.
Well, no, you can see the house. It's just snow. It's middle of August. There's no snow on the ground in the middle of August. Okay?
Oh, I get it. Okay.
I'm like, great. You have the great numbers on there. Tell the story. Borrower's in there. Power's on. Taxes are paid. Tell the story about the borrower and why it makes sense why is it such a good deal? And don't just throw numbers up there. A lot of people can't see numbers. They can't read numbers.
Well, you have different personalities. So I'm a numbers person. I like to see the statistics behind stuff. I
Right.
want to know what makes it work, right? So a little bit of an engineer brain. But others want to know how it got there, how it happened, what went behind it. Was there a conversation that happened in between there? What was your journey to get there? What did you buy at the gas station? Like, that's Elijah.
Right. Right.
So it's that having to kind of balance the two, and here's some of the numbers and here's what happened when I got there. This was the result. So it's always what was the problem or present or initial investment? What did you do next? How did you feel about that? Answer the how did you feel about that part, and it'll kind of fill in the blanks.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what even intrigued you about this deal in the first place? Like, was it the numbers?
Mm-hmm.
Lead with that, tell the story.
Mm-hmm.
Was it just it looked pretty? Lead with that and tell the story.
I feel pretty, oh so pretty.
Hey, that happens. People buy things because of good photos.
They do. And we make the joke about this when you're doing due diligence. Don't fall into the OTSC syndrome.
OTSC?
Oh, that's so cute. You like that though? Oh, and the house is so beautiful. Wait a second. Do the numbers make sense? Does that make sense? You got to look at and you want both to intertwine. Now, if the house was butt ugly, all right, and it made you want to run screaming, it doesn't make sense to do the deal, right?
No,
but the story could be good. It just doesn't mean that the actual numbers. You don't want to buy a haunted house in the middle of.
But tell the story about the house that you didn't buy, and why. Was it the photo? Like, well, that's an interesting perspective too. You don't always have to tell the great inspirational story. You can tell about the time it didn't work, the reason why you thought this was a good deal and it wasn't. I mean, they're all educational moments. They're all pieces that you went through. It's just about segmenting them out and figuring out how to tell it.
It's so good. And Levi from Lubbock says, engineer brains. That's right. It's definitely. And that's him with, that's it's a big thing. Sometimes the good stuff. It is buffalo. His
so
Facebook
cool.
Walking in a field of buffalo. Exactly. But that's like one of the best stories that I think people really reiterate too. Is when I talk about time I was going to buy these 29 doors and didn't because they had liens on them. It was just horrible, ugly property. And it was a great story about me overcoming my own obstacles to be able to raise capital. I raised capital from a deal that I didn't close on, and built, rapport not only but belief and faith in myself to be able to go out and do it the next time. And so I think that's what a lot of people are afraid of. They're afraid of objections. Yeah. And so they never take that first step to overcome anything. Oh, I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. And doggone it, people don't like me. The anti-Stuart Smalley.
I have nothing important to say. I have nothing interesting to say.
Why do they want to listen to me?
I mean, go to Twitter. All those people have nothing interesting to say, but yet it's so interesting.
Yes, it is, definitely.
I got sucked into a Twitter account because the guy used the tweets to tell each part of his story. So he was having a conversation and he was telling about his experience on an airplane. And so each tweet was, I'm boarding a flight to da 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 da. And then the next tweet was, I'm sitting next to this lady that's doing this, this, and this. And then he progressed that story throughout the entire thing. He's like, going dark now. We're about to hit elevation. And then he comes back on. He goes, this woman is still like, I couldn't stop reading. I had to keep going. And it's just individual tweets he was telling a story and having a conversation with.
That's kind of a funny thing. That's kind of an idea.
It is an idea. Have a whole conversation
with
your Twitter account.
That is. That gives me an idea. So when did we last speak? Because it was something you talked about how there was a lady that was doing daily updates, daily questions.
Questions, yes.
And I did that for like a week and I got sidetracked. But people are like, what's wrong with Scott? We're not used to seeing these weird questions. Dog, cat, person, what's your favorite drink?
And what was your engagement? What was your response?
Engagement was huge. We had people commented on anything in a while.
I think I commented on the.
You comment all the time.
What's your favorite drink?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's the truth. What's your favorite adult beverage? We talked about.
Yep. But
that's just getting your engagement. I just wanted to see because people were seeing my stuff and people were commenting and hundreds of.
It's good to gauge who's engaging and who's not.
So let's talk about another little engagement tool that you came in that you've been using a lot more so lately. I've noticed from both of you guys than you have in a while. Let's talk about it.
Instagram.
It's the IG.
It's the IG.
OG baby. Yeah. Sorry. I'm too white to be the white rapper.
I'll let you roll with it, but you have to record all of it.
Yeah, no, we're good there. Hang on, let me just do the whole in. I'm the Grandmaster Bacon. You know what I mean? That's right. Although the whole bacon thing, everybody loved the bacon thing I did. You see the bacon thing? Oh my gosh, I put a video up. Remember Joel Comm he did see it. Yes, Elijah's laughing at it. Remember from Trafficking Conversion, we saw Joel Comm talk about how he filmed bacon for 45 minutes. He had 100,000 views. So I went out and found a bacon video and did it for a preview of it, and we had people loved it and hungry, and then I went and
I did see this. Thank you. Yes, I forget things.
Exactly. It's been over a week, and you've had more bacon since then, but
it's digesting information at a rapid rate. Sometimes you push things out, and new things to come in. It's how it has to happen.
All right, so let's go back to the IG Instagram. What's so big about Instagram lately?
So I've been using Instagram on and off now, but I haven't really engaged with the stories personally as much, and I fell in love with them this past couple of months, and I started diving deeper into how our Instagram stories, just personally but also for our business, how can we really leverage that and build thank you, Shannon, really use that to our advantage for our clients, because Instagram is becoming more and more mainstream. It's reaching out into bigger age demographics, so it's not just all about the youngins, it's or the millennials, and we have older generations that are coming on too. So it's something that to start integrating into your account. But Instagram is an art, and I mean this literally. It is art. So it is all about the photo that you take, how you position the photo, how the overall grid and presentation of your account looks. And sometimes that can be hard when you're scheduling postings and looking on your phone and trying to pre-plan things when you can't visually see it. The other thing is Instagram stories have popped up, and they're not like postings. And you see these little circles at the bottom that are highlights, and they have value that you can use to an elevated degree, but most people aren't even using them. And so it's something that someone asked about on Facebook the other day. I'm like, you know what, I'm going to talk about this because we've started using these story strategies to actually engage and reach out to people in real time, and to tell the messaging that isn't necessarily that great for posting, if that makes sense. So I found this little tool because I have trouble staring down at my phone like this, and then my neck is killing me the rest of the day. I like to work off of my computer, but Instagram doesn't really let you do that. So because it's mobile. So I, of course, started looking for the tools that allow me to do that without it. And I came across a Chrome extension that is, what was it called? Chrome ID Story. And it allows you to, once installed, and it's free, it allows you to view your Instagram account as long as you're signed in, and all of your stories and your friends' stories, and engage and interact with them on your desktop.
That's the huge thing.
On your desktop.
Because you can't really post anything on your desktop if you just got the regular Instagram.
Yeah.
It's just literally like you could and that's about it. And comment, but you can't post anything. But now with this Chrome IG store, you can view.
It's all view. It's view, and you can download, and you have slight engagement with other stories. It still doesn't let you post. It allows you to view your postings. So you do have expanded opportunity that, but it's visual. It's a visual component that allows you to build your Instagram account in a different way. Sorry, selfies for Instagram. So I want to talk a little bit about stories. I don't know how many people are actually doing them. Scott, you've done a few stories.
I've done a few stories.
What do you think about stories?
I think I need to spend more time on them.
Yeah.
I don't like the fact that they disappear.
24 hours?
I don't like that.
That's why you use highlights. That's the circles. So think about the categories that you put your blog within, okay? And imagine each one of your highlighted circles at the bottom of your stories being one of those. You can actually upload a photo and make it a nice icon, and then you create stories that you can then share into each one of these highlighted photos.
That's what I need to do more so. You're exactly right. And so I've done a few of them for a couple episodes, and when you get busy, you forget about it sometimes.
Yeah.
So I literally have almost had the idea of, obviously when we run something like this on Facebook Live, having my phone up there, doing an Instagram story at the same time.
You can.
I've also had another computer. Let's connect another computer for LinkedIn, since LinkedIn's doing video now.
Yes.
And you can do live video that way, having like 3 or 4 at the same time. Not all effective in some cases, but still.
Sometimes it's best if you have one piece of content that can be leveraged across all networks, great. But sometimes it's best to just, and I would say most of the time it's best to make a specific posting strategy for that network.
Mm-hmm.
Because what I'm talking about Instagram is just for Instagram. The way that you build your photos and how they lay out into a pattern, the way that you do your Insta stories and how frequently you do them, the graphics you use, how you write out your description, all of that is a visual display. And oh yeah, I can talk about that. Why don't you talk about that?
No, I didn't want to interrupt. Keep on.
Oh, Elijah actually has a really cool tool, which when he started mentioning you wanted to film this stuff. So Instagram stories are 15 seconds. And then they stop. So there's another tool out there. Like we had problems with that. It's like, okay, post-production, right? Video. I can't cut up an entire 3-minute video into small little 15-second clips just to get them out and then add graphics and titles and everything to each one of them. So there's this little tool that I'll let Elijah talk about here in a minute, but it actually allows you to upload your video from your phone and it clips it into 15-second clips automatically for you.
Yeah, it's called Cut Story.
That story?
Yeah, it's called Cut Story.
Swap places there. Come on. There you
What's
go.
up, everybody? Yeah, so Cut Stories, this is one of those big things about going to an event or, maybe trying to just capture a really amazing speech that, you want to be able to put up as a story. And yeah, like what Kristie was saying, 15 seconds, it really sucks. So this right here, you literally, just use your phone. And remember, you always record the Insta stories vertically. Don't do it horizontal, or you have to go back in and edit, or your videos kind of look jacked up. So it's about a good user experience. So, but yeah, you basically can just import, the entire video. It's 5 minutes, 10 minutes. I did a 20-minute video the other day, and it was a lot of, you got to post all 15. You got to just go through there and keep on grabbing it. Next 15 post, next 15 seconds post. But I would rather, have to go back through and pull each of the videos compared to edit each of the videos into perfectly timed 15-second clips. So that way, if somebody's talking, it's not like there's any kind of cut, any kind of lag or anything. It's just a continuous story. You're never missing any piece, that type of deal. So again, it's a better user experience. You're being able to get the full extent of that content out at the same time, cutting down the post-production time that it takes to actually get a quality product.
Yeah, it's a free download. I'm just downloading it right now, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, exactly. And it's a free product. And I mean, come on, it's a free product. You can't hate on that. That's for sure.
Not at all.
So.
And I learned something new today. Today is done. I can go back to sleep.
And one last thing, and I'll hand this back over to Kristie. So if you've been doing Instagram stories and you haven't been saving any of the videos, Instagram, it does automatically archives all of that stuff. So as soon as you start building these highlights, like what Kristie is talking about, you'll be able to go back through and access all of your old Instagram stories and then categorize them underneath your different archives. So you don't have to worry about trying to re-upload everything. It's already there.
I'm just thinking of the things I've done the last month that I just failed on. Literally, it all hit me and failed on the stuff, which is okay.
You can do an Instagram story from an already existing video.
Yeah, stuff that I did in video.
I can't help you there.
Yeah, that didn't get videoed, or we didn't do. But you know what? Part of it I can do tonight because I'm speaking tonight in San Antonio at the San Antonio Real Estate Investors Meeting put on Propelia. So tonight's at doors open at 5. I got to remember where it's at. I'm excited to be speaking there. Again, I spoke in Dallas last Tuesday night. I think there's 400 or 500 people. I'm speaking again tonight for 10, 15 minutes, and we'll have a booth there. So I'll make sure and do this tonight.
Do some stories.
Yes.
I think everybody should do a story. And keep in mind that stories just don't have to be video. Stories can be creative. You have lots of options and artwork and possibilities. So actually, this is a mutual like of ours here. This is Snow Pea. And you can see these little circles Sorry, that halo is getting in the way. These little circles right here are stories.
Mm-hmm.
And so I can go in and press cocktails, and it's going to pull up the cocktail.
Mm-hmm.
So any cocktail videos really that I've ever taken, you see there's video, They have graphics, they have GIFs, they have
All sorts of good things there.
yeah, well, it's about making it creative, right? So here's a 3-part video. This video is longer than 15 seconds. We recorded it with our phone. We used Elijah's. Yeah, this is Sake Bomb.
This is Sake Bomb.
This gets us into trouble, but it's oh so good. So yes.
Hashtag Sake Bomb Saturday.
Sake Bomb. Oh wait, Sake Bomb Monday. You got to get through the day. I'm just kidding. So this was the first video, second video. See, it's all breaking apart, but it's all streamlined as one video using that.
So that's not one video then.
That is one video broken up into 15-second spots.
Using Cut Story.
Using Cut Story.
Oh, okay.
So that was 3.
But you didn't even notice it.
You didn't notice it.
It was so smooth.
Yeah. Yep. Mind blown. So what you'll also notice is that there's a pattern to the photos that we take. So they all have similarities in color, in layout, in style. Now. You do want sushi now. We can go to lunch after this.
I have to go to the gym after this.
No sushi for you.
No sushi for you. Yeah. So there's a pattern to how we post and how we showcase specific things. Oops,
but that's okay. So that's one of the things. So my personal profile has a lot of us taking selfies, a lot of travel, but it's different than the podcast show. The podcast Instagram is a little bit uniform with quotes from people, testimonials, episode images, things like that, or anything to deal with.
Yeah.
The aspect of it. And so, yeah, Elijah. So, like the Note Closer show. So, yeah, so we have a lot of pretty uniform stuff for the most part. Quotes throughout, quotes from people.
That's good. Well, you start to see the color and the pattern, and people notice that because they're visual, right? They want to see this beautiful. They want to see this beautiful display of things, and that's just what they want to do. They want to see color. They want to see video. They want to see boomerangs. If you don't have Boomerang, you should probably download that app too.
You're talking about the whole everybody dancing back and forth for 15 seconds.
It's a great way to make stories quick.
Mm-hmm.
Use the Boomerang. Do a couple videos of you just champagne going up, like whatever it is. True. It doesn't matter.
Cheers! Yay!
Yeah. People love that stuff.
I just thought of Anchorman where they all jump in at the end. Yay! Yay!
We should do that.
Yay!
At the end of every podcast. Just kidding. So no, but I think stories should be used to tell small little fragments of information. So one of the things that we've done is we've actually taken free sourced video that we found and created in an interactive, I guess you could say, in the way of like movement and visuals, ads for our clients. So they're not just about doing a posting. Nobody wants to see on my board a posting that says $99 today, come and get this. No, but I can put that in a story and make it more visual.
NASA has a lot of free
footage. Do you want to see an example?
Rockets taking off and stuff like that.
Yep.
So.
Oh, yeah.
As long as it's not this. You don't want to bomb, right?
No, you don't.
So, see
like
here.
That.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay.
And so then the whole thing.
So get your B12 boost from IV or iVitamin. You guys is declining.
Yeah.
Cool.
But that was a fun way of taking already existing footage, saving it. We had it on our phones. We put it into an Instagram story. Now with Sprout Social, you can actually schedule your Insta stories just like you would schedule Instagram. But when it pushes to your phone, you just tell it to go to story instead of to a post.
Mm-hmm.
So you can actually pre-schedule your stories too. You would just do your graphics and your animation and stuff inside of the posting, because Instagram already gives you the option to do all of that. Everything that you just saw in that video, the rockets little going up, everything, it was all added after I put the video inside Instagram. So they offer that to you.
Instagram offers that to you?
Yeah. So when you go in to do a new story, and I'll show this.
So like tonight, if you're going to, like I'm going to this networking event at the Carver Community Center for Probelio, if there's a bunch of vendors, I could literally just walk around with a nonstop video camera, horizontal, right?
Yep.
Not.
Yeah, horizontal.
Horizontal.
Doing the quick little 15-second interviews with everybody. Vertical, not horizontal. This would be horizontal, yeah. But yeah.
Monday!
You ain't going to be the person to do marketing. Horizontal versus vertical. Vertical, not horizontal. Idiot. I'm the idiot here, okay?
We all agree with you.
Yeah. Why it doesn't work? Why is my videos all whacked up, Scott Carson? Because you're giving bad advice here. Okay, walk around your phone. Walk around my phone, just taking quick little videos of everybody. Hit the cut thing.
Cut story.
Yep. And then upload it all as stories, and then just hit the dots to make sure it's permanent.
Yep.
Of people, of investors, of stuff like that that come in there.
You can add new highlights too. So when you go to add one, you can actually pick what story you want to go in there. So if I say, I'm going to create a new highlight, it's going to be one from all of our We Close Notes podcasts. So that's going to be my new circle that you'll see on Serving Social Skill. And you'll see that it automatically will pull up things that you want to do, like the graphics that are on this. So I'm just going to say this. I'm going to say next. And now it's going to have me edit a cover. And so I can pick a photo or I can make a graphic and save that to my phone. We make little icon graphics using Canva.
Yeah, Canva is great.
Yeah.
Everybody's tired of me talking about Canva.